What changed after the first 3 drives? What changed after those first 3 drives?
I think overarching, we gotta find a way to finish the game, and we gotta find some consistency in what we do. Definitely the tell of 2 halves, but in the end, we didn't play a complete game as a team. And today it got us. You give a lot of respect to Dallas and their team, how they competed. Something, the question right now is just how we respond to it. And I have a lot of confidence in how we respond.
A couple of the offensive linemen said they came out and did some different stuff up front in terms of stopping the run with 5-man fronts.
Yeah.
Did they change that after you guys got up 21-0?
I think that's just how they're built now, given the 3 interior defenders they have. They want to keep their best guys on the field, and it's very effective for us, and it was something that we didn't handle as good as we'd like to, so good opportunity to build if that's something that teams show us.
How difficult has it made life offensively without being able to lean on the run game like we're accustomed to seeing?
It's not a matter of the run game. I think it's a matter of the execution, the discipline, and the focus and what we do. And collectively, we just have to take a step in that. It's been a lot of instances where it's shown up and it's gotten us, but we've been able to figure it out and will ourselves to a win. And tonight we didn't. We played a hell of a first half, and then we didn't play, not even a close enough to our standard in the second half with the things that take no talent, honestly. I look at a lot of those explosive plays and a lot of those opportunities. The ball bouncing the other way on a fumble and, just controlling the things we can on offense with the things that take no talent. So lots of room to learn from, and, we got a short week to respond on it.
What was clicking early on with AJ, and especially with Devontae? You were going to those guys pretty often, and then it seemed like, they kind of took them away after that. What did you see?
It's just our approach and how we handled everything as the game went on. At the end of the day, it's about executing. You execute what's called. You go out there and you try and bring that to life. And we executed well in the first half, and obviously a lot of things that we could control that didn't go the way we wanted them to in the second. So just got to build off of it. Today wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to win.
Where are you with in-game adjustments? Do you feel like that's an area that the offense needs to grow in from here to the end of the year?
Always room to grow in in-game adjustments. It's a matter of having confidence in what you do and what you're doing, and everybody being on the same page when we do it. I think that's a great question. But then again, you look inward first, and so looking at the things that we can control from a penalty standpoint, execution standpoint. Those are all things that we can control, and so I don't point towards how we adjusted or what we did or what we didn't do. In the end, we had an opportunity to win the game, and we didn't. And so we gotta own this one, let it light a fire in us as a team and stay together and move forward.
The third down sack, what was your perspective on the play, on the final possession?
You like to think, you can will yourself and make something happen. In the end, the opportunity to make a play, it just didn't go our way. But there's no more you can ask for than to have the ball in your hands to go out there and drive and finish the game on your terms, and we had an opportunity to do that. And I didn't do enough, so something I'll learn from and can move forward on.
You spoke about things that require no talent. 14 penalties tonight. It's the most since the first game with Nick. What was the issue as far as the penalties?
When I think of penalties, pre-snap penalties, I think of focus, I think of alignment, I think of the discipline to executing those things. That's what comes to my mind. Ultimately, those are things that we have to eliminate, and you got to continue to merge things together, continue to come together, continue to focus on the things together. I think every game has looked different a bit. Every game has looked different a bit. It's have different things. The things we can control have always kind of come up, and so you got to continue to tighten up our focus, tighten up our approach, so we can eliminate that.
A few of them brought back really productive plays.
Yeah.
Like, how do you think the guys respond, or is that a deflating type of feeling? It does take back a real positive play.
I think it's human nature to respond and be, it's human nature to be defeated when something negative happens in the game, but as a competitor, it's about how you respond. And so it's no different kind of in the situation we are now. So it's about how you respond to it. So it's an opportunity for us to come together, eliminate the things that don't matter, and focus on the things that we can control and go out there and play together and build forward.
Saquon, who takes public responsibility for the running game, obviously hardened himself after the turnover. What have you learned about him as a teammate? What's your perspective on the season as it's gone?
I got a lot of response, a lot of confidence in how Saquon will respond to whatever he holds himself accountable to. So, he's taking a bat for that, but that's not all him. There are a lot of opportunities in the game to not even be in that situation. So I can't put that on him. As a competitor, I know how he is, I know where he is, and I know how he'll work moving forward. And I think that'll be infectious to the rest of us. At the end of the day, it's about having the right examples and setting that and saying, we're all willing to learn from all the things that we do, come together and move forward.
Are you surprised as an offense at this point that you haven't found consistency week in, week out?
No. We've been here before. We'll figure it out.
You mentioned earlier, like, this would be big to see how you guys respond. Like, what kind of signs, especially on a short week, what kind of signs do you look for to see if you're responding the right way?
Control the things you can, control the things you can. I have to watch the film to be able to better assess some of these things, but also know it's a short week, so we'll be moving forward pretty quickly. But when you look at this game, a lot of things that we could control that we just didn't. And they played a hell of a game. They definitely were disruptive in important times in the game and have some tight coverage out there. And we just got to find ways to put it away. Got to find ways to put it away.
You said you've been here before. What instances in your career, I guess either college or with the Eagles, can you lean on where you've struggled and you've been able to turn it around?
All of them. I think all of them. It's just a matter of staying persistent, being resilient, having endurance, and just pushing forward. It's today wasn't our day. And when I look at myself in the mirror, I say I got to do more. I have to dig and muster things out and try a way to figure it out for all of us. But, that's the type of character that you like everyone to have. And so if we can just have that right type of synergy, that right type of energy, and come together and push forward like I know we're capable of, we'll be just fine.
Jalen, do you think the passing game took some steps forward today as a whole? Do you think that you guys got more proficient in things you can build on?
Do I think the passing game took a step forward? Whatever it wasn't enough. I think, everything that we've been able to do, hasn't been for lack of capability. We got a lot of confidence in how we can go out there and play. Ultimately, can't focus on that. I can't focus on the run. I can't focus on the things that we did or didn't do. I can only focus on the things that we can control that didn't go our way. So you don't think about the success. You think about the things that you let slip away. And I think the things that we can control, those are the things that we let slip away in this game. And so my message is as simple as you take pride in everything because, these moments we have right now last a lifetime. So how do you want to respond? How we respond is very important. And I've said it before, after moments like this I have a lot of confidence in how we respond. So we'll be back to work and got another opportunity coming forward.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.